Mo says, you and the Lamborghini was some of the funniest content I've seen in a minute.
Did you, the story, I pulled the story down because I did a story. We rented a Huracan, and I did a story in it. It legit made me so fucking mad. It ruined 2 days. It ruined both the days that we had it. I was very upset with that fucking car.
It put you in a bad mood at the end of.
I was in a very bad mood, specifically because the Lamborghini Huracan is junk. But I pulled the story down because we're gonna cut that into a longer form thing because there's some extra content. I went and filmed more with Nick. Nick drove it, and we filmed that too. So we're gonna put that out as like a longer thing. That's Julian, by the way.
Tucker Maddox since 10. Sam, what's a good cheapo car I should get?
T-Max. There are no cheap cars, my guy. I know a guy who just bought a Chrysler 300 for $10,000. There's no cheap cars. No, there's
Who
not.
would make a mistake like
there's
that?
no cheap cars. You're gonna get fucked. So get a moped.
Fork bomb since.
Actually,
10.
no. The thing, what Nick said, what I would agree with is get a lease.
Yeah, I should have done that.
No, you're fine.
I'm good.
You're good. You're good to go. That's not that you didn't kill yourself on that. That's okay.
Yeah.
But
Right,
a
nice.
cheap lease, like a lease at a Civic or a whatever the cheapest lease is. If you need credit for that though. You done did it.
Bad. Fork bomb since 10. Once you get Whistling Diesel money, let's have an EOC with the Huracan. Good idea. And Rob.
I will kill that car.
It's surprising how like sad it made you. It really like. Did you think it was gonna be better? Did you think it was gonna be like?
I just
more
have.
fun?
I had this. I had this notion that at some point in my life, material things would satisfy me.
Yeah.
And then I spent $250,000 on a Porsche, which is like, I got the one that's the sophisticated one that is like highbrow, and people don't think it's expensive, and it's not baller, and nobody cares. And the next day, I got in a Hyundai Uber, and I didn't notice the difference. I was like, this feels an awful lot like my Porsche, which is actually an awesome car. But I'm not joking. I went from the $250,000 RS to a Hyundai Elantra, and my thought was, this feels like the same car. I feel it. What's that? That's true. That's not a joke.
Yeah.
I said, this feels like the same car that I've been driving. Where'd my money go? And then we rented the Huracan, and that thing is a fucking dog. That Huracan is a fucking nasty dog that if it came begging at my doorstep, I'd kick it.
Can you pull up a picture of the Huracan just to show people? Like what? Which specific Lamborghini?
My favorite part about that car is how all the switches, like the cool switches, are like shitty plastic. Like
This is what we had. So Julian just said the switches were shitty plastic, and I know what people like. There's a type of guy that I fucking hate, who's the everything's the same guy. And if we're talking like if I'm explaining to somebody why I need 10-bit color in my video, and he tells me that an MP4 is the same thing because it looks the same. Plastic is plastic. Oh, cars can have even a Bentley has plastic inside. There are different. This is not something I'm not flying my flag here as a plastic lover, but there's different grades to plastic. There's recycled. They buy like chips of used recycled plastic to make recycled plastic, and then there's virgin plastic, which is just like straight from the oil. That's like the nasty stuff. That's what you want. PBT, ABS plastic. There's different types, and I'm not an expert, and I don't care, and I don't think that everything should be made of plastic. But if the inside of your $200,000 car feels like a Poland Spring bottle, something's wrong. I know you have to use a little bit of plastic here and there to save money, but if your source is Sun Chips bags, that you're compressing Sun Chips bags to make the fucking interior, it just was everything, and it drives me nuts because I know I studied car design for a year, and I know like the language that these people use, and there's a new thing like with homes. There's the phrase open concept. Open concept. Open concept. If you search Zillow for open concept, 1 million listings will come up, and all that open concept means is that there's one room that's big. And these real estate fuckers, they're like, there's a big room. This is open concept, okay? And all it means is that there's one big room in the fucking thing. And it's like this, it's just a sales gimmick, but with car design, it's soft touch. And they don't put it in the literature. I haven't seen any car brochures where they've used the terminology soft touch. But the designers, who are all, no offense, gay people and women, And the Michelle,
You know her name.
look at the savior of car design, the savior who brought back the Acura NSX, one of the most incredible cars ever. Okay, this car inspired Gordon Murray. This car was Japan's middle finger to Italy. This car is like legendary forever. The redux of it by this, I'm not gonna say certain words here,
TOS.
but all the Acuras are covered with this. See this V? Can they see the mouse? Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
This V shape, and in her mind, it's sports cars are typically phallic, like a penis. I'm gonna make all of Acura's new design language a V for vagina. Sounds like an intellectual stretch, but this is precisely what she is thinking. So if you look at all Acuras, they're covered with these angular V shapes, and it's a counter narrative, a counterpoint to the typical like phallic shape that cars have. Okay.
I gotta run through donuts here before they expire. Rob since 10. Should I get any upgrades for my 2018 Raptor?
No.
Keep it stock. Right here we got Man Rick with the 100 NOK, and then he sent another 50 NOK.
Are you,
Kroner?
are you doing the math on this to make sure that Norwegian kroner equates to USD?
No, I haven't gotten that
After
far.
the exchange rate, that better be $10. But Man
Well, he
Rick,
added 50. He added 50.
well,
Thank
his
you,
name's
Man Rick.
Man Rick, so that sounds like a toxic male who would drive one of these ugly phallic cars. You know what? If I'm a designer, I'm going to look at this, think that it's ugly and phallic, and I'm going to improve on the shape. Anyway, continue.
Cezanne since 10. Glad to know Polar Seltzer isn't just a New Hampshire thing. Shout out to the Mondo Media team. Yes, Cezanne, shout out you. Benjamin Rat says World Peace 2 is the new age SNL. Is Mullen involved? Would be sick to see other genuinely funny people in the mix like Gillis, Dylan, Brendan Schwab, etc. Huge fan. Love y'all's work. Hype. They aren't ready.
We are going for Mullen.
The microplastics in sand have become sentiment and are controlling him. Jonathan
Yes.
Clem since the 10th.
The
Thank you, Jonathan.
microplastics are sentient. Next time, I'm going to go on a plastic rant several times here.
We got Harry TJM. Who are some of your goats of sketch comedy? World Peace is top 2 sketch show ever with Flying Circus.
Thank you.
We got Momomo with a 10. From what I saw, the build quality between the Lambo and the Polaris Slingshot was not super far off for the relative price difference.
Facts.
That is true. Kid with the hat with 25. Big baller. Thank you, Kid with the hat.
Thank you,
The
Kid with the
sketch
hat.
idea where the guy uploads his consciousness into a computer and just goes, "It's good," is so funny. I think about it all the time. Make it real. And then
What is that? Is that you?
It's wall scraping.
Are they rolling something around? Yeah, I'll go over that sketch. The AI, it's a good sketch.
Colorful Rug Guy since 10. And your song Gooey, when I say ever since back in school when the teacher used to lick on me, did you mean the teacher licked you with your tongue? Or was it old slang like the teacher whooped you?
No, it was the teacher licked me with her tongue.
Yeah, there we go. And Fork Bomb with another 10. I know you hate the idea, but even Nick said so. Try a Tesla Plaid.
Plaid.
I'll even pay for the rental if you stream or make content with it.
I'll do it to be funny, but I have no interest in Tesla or any electric vehicle.
What about that Hummer EV, Sam?
No interest.
You know it's got good horsepower there.
Not even interested for a second.
Samurai Style TV since 10. You should come out to Olympia with me and Dark Iron Gaines next week. We're gonna do a meet and greet at Planet Hollywood Sauna if you're down.
Planet Hollywood's, there's a sauna?
Yeah. They're gonna have
I don't know
meetup.
about that,
They're gonna
man.
meet up in the sauna.
I don't know about that.
Thank you for the 10, Samurai.
Is that it?
Yeah, we're caught up.
Look how it's easy when you're doing car design to have it under fluorescent tube lights with a coat of wax or ceramic coating or paint protection film, have it look pristine. It's easy to have it look good. It's very hard to have it look good in a dingy setting like this with a frontal flash. This is a very unflattering picture. Look how ugly and dated this car looks. It looks like a kit car from the 2000s. It looks like a
What year model is that?
that's the
That's
new
the newest
NSX. It looks like a frickin' 2000s era kit car. Look, it belongs with this junk. And when I look at her face, I just think how bad of a crime domestic violence is. And I hope her husband treats her right. And I hope she's always safe when she drives. I wish her and Jay Leno would work on an old steam car together, and Jay could show her how hot they get.
Hertzy says, "What's the nicest car interior you've been in or have seen?"
Fucking idiot. The nicest car interiors are 80s Mercedes-Benz, and hey, the microplastics are taking hold again. 80s Mercedes-Benz have a fabric called MB-Tex that is a vinyl, and I'm sorry, it's just good. It's just a really good vinyl, and I'm sorry, guys, I know. But the that era of Mercedes is the best interior, no contest. The this right here, like if you find a nice one of these, they're all beat by now. That's why I don't have one. Is because finding a nice one, you'd have to buy it from like the Mercedes museum. But these are absolutely the shit.
That's cool.
Like no expense spared. Fantastic. I've never been in like a. I've been in Bentleys. I've never been in like a Maybach or a Bugatti or anything. But as far as regular cars that are attainable by regular humans, these are unbelievable. But you got to find a good one.
Fork Bomb says, Sam, if you need a super chat conversion log with minimum dono filtering with currency conversion, hit me up.
That sounds high tech.
Yeah, actually hit me up.
But yeah, talk to Jet. We do probably need that.
Emperor's Child since 10. Sam, I like your old art. Kind of Tamagotchi meets Basquiat vibe. Anywhere I can see more, shout out Jet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my guy. Right now, you might have to dig for my old Deviant art, where I think I did an ironic like furry picture or something that I think people think is real, but don't worry about that. But it's on there somewhere. And to be honest, I'm not really proud of it enough to put it on a website or anything. So that's where it'll stay. Fucking look at this. This is
Pierced Bronson
incredible.
since 10. Acura can SMD till my head caves in. Thank you, Pierce. And then we got.
Well, hey, Michelle Christensen, it might be till her head caves in. If you know what I mean.
She knows a really good wine.
Well, I know her address. I wonder what did the CEO of Acura say when he hired her? Sweetie, you're so hot, you could design me 10 cars.
He said you're hot enough.
How did this asshole get a job? I mean, don't answer that. I know. By complaining her way up the chain. Junk. Fucking junk. It's the same thing as this. They probably had the same crossover on the team here. 300,000? Great price? Fucking go fuck yourself. 322,000?
You should just get like a Honda with a Lambo body kit.
Bro.
Just build like a fake Lambo over like a $2,000 car.
Good God. This is so fucked up.
Aholic Knight says, write a rap in the style of Redman from Wu-Tang that is about COVID-19. Man, I'm blocked or something on your IG. Don't know why. Please fix this. Thanks. My name is Bromero666.
Yeah, that's why I don't want any of that 666 stuff on my shit.
Change it to 667. You'll get the unblocked.
And get rid of if your profile has like Marilyn Manson shit on it. I'm gonna just block that. I'm sorry. This is a cool car.
Justin Barnes says, what about a Land Rover LR3? Just got one pretty cheap. I'm gonna sell my little car.
I mean, I don't know anything about these. I know the LR2 is a dinky little Ford Escape, reskinned Ford Escape. I don't know about the LR3 though.
Johnny Appleseed.
This thing sucks ass though.
Johnny Appleseed, yeah.
You'd be like Johnny Appleseed driving this.
Johnny Appleseed since 10. My tip got infected. I might not make it. Thanks for the good videos. Thank you, sir.
You drive one of these right here, your tip will definitely get. Are most people sophisticated enough to be revulsed by this?
I would hate that. That reminds me of like a fucking Ford Escape. Literally.
This is like driving a lunch tray. This is like anti-human. I saw one of these cars once. I saw the hatchback once.
Schwinn says, when's your next fight?
I saw this car in a parking spot once, and it was pristine. And I thought to myself, and it was like a compulsive thought, like a thought that came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
That this is the car that Jesus would drive.
Why?
That makes sense, though.
I don't know why. It was like a thought. It was actually no. It was
Like some kind of intuition you had?
this was the model.
Yeah.
Whatever they call this one, the KY jelly, whatever these guys call this shit box. But this is a cool car and I want one. But I had a compulsive schizoid thought that that's what Jesus would drive.
I'm gonna run through. Gator Machete Jr. says,
Yo!
I make $75K a year. What's the best truck in my bracket?
You should get a beater. the cheapest truck that you can. 75K is not a lot of money. You need to. And listen, that thing I said earlier, I don't know if you missed it. Earlier in the chat, I was explaining my, not my dream car, but my little, hey, I'm 40 years old, I have a cool car. I bought a GT3 RS. The next day, I rode in a Hyundai Elantra Uber, and I thought to myself, I literally thought in my head, not as a comedy bit, but a thought that I had just naturally, this is the exact same ride quality as my expensive car. That's what I thought. So you make 75K a year, you are not making enough money to spend on fun stuff. You need to figure out ways to save that money, have it working, have it making more money, but like your focus should be on building momentum. If you're 75K a year, use that in whatever way you can to build momentum, and just don't go out, just save on all the stuff that people spend. People spend money to like relieve stress. They spend money on expensive dinners. They spend money on like whatever to relieve stress. Car is such a big one. You don't need a new car. If a family member can give you some shit box, that's fine. It's gonna drive the same. It drives the same as a G-Wagon. A G-Wagon is body on frame construction. I'm sure the shock absorbers have like a little bit better valving than the ones at Mako, but it's going to ride the same as a Ram 1500. It's gonna feel the same. Like, close your eyes. There's a wheel in your hands. It's not better. It's not worth it. And like I was watching Andrew Tate last night, and Andrew Tate was saying that like, when you get a lot of money, there's nothing to spend money on. Like, you can spend money on cars out of boredom. You can spend money on like a house, but after that, there's nothing to spend money on. Like, if you're making 75K a year, just keep grinding, building momentum, safety, like financial safety, and like making it so that you're set up to like start a family, like whatever it is, like things that are more fulfilling. There's more fulfilling stuff to do with your money.
You should get one of these bikes, Sam.
I will. I get my little toy. But the thing is, I'll have to call it my toy, and everybody in the office will have to call it my toy. So
Sam,
I'll be
how's
like,
your little toy doing?
Laker, go wax my toy. That's what these guys say. Do you know that? Have you heard anybody talk about that?
They say toy?
Yes. Like a guy this age that has a jet ski.
Toy.
If they have a jet ski, if they have an ATV, if they have a Wrangler, literally anything. If they have a Corvette, they call it their little toy. I got a toy collection. I got my jet over here. Got my toy collection.
Yeah, bring my toy out.
Hey, bring the toys out.
Soap, since 10. Sam, any chance
Hey, Soap, what kind of toys you got over there?
He's asking about your egg white video and any chance it'll ever be released.
What kind of toys you got over here? All right. My toy box. My garage, I call it my toy box. I got a carbon fiber fishing rod. $4,000. $4,000 for a fishing rod. Can you believe that? I just got over my toy box. I got jet skis that'll go 100 miles an hour. I got a jet ski that'll go 100 miles an hour. I have Bell's palsy and I'm deaf, but I got a toy box. I got a Corvette in my toy box. The world's best car. The world's best car. And I know you asked a question about Eggy, and the reason that video hasn't come out is because I have a backlog of videos, and I just keep them in my toy box. But we have like 200 videos that need to be edited in no particular order. But this is my little toy right here. This thing, holy, when you hit the highway in this thing, you better be holding on to your pants. When you see what's under it, and that's another thing that I've heard multiple times, is when you see what's under the hood, you'll cream your pants.
Word for word?
Yes.
Have you ever creamed your pants after seeing what's under there?
No, Jet. I haven't creamed my pants over an LS engine.
This is like This is the car that like a
When you see this, you'll cream your pants. The V8 that every car has. The V8 that's in every Corvette. When I see it, I'll cream my pants. Whoa! Oh!
The only time I ever see those cars in traffic, it's like an older, like, black gentleman with a Navy veteran hat on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to mess with those guys.